In a city filled with noise, sometimes the quietest places hide the stories we're most afraid to tell. This is the tale of two strangers, one carrying a silence she can't escape, and one who knows how to listen to it. In a city that never truly slept, there was a rooftop, small, ordinary, barely lit, yet somehow it held more quiet than the streets 40 floors below. And on a Tuesday night that should have felt like every other, something in Bree's life shifted. Not dramatically, not loudly, just a small tilt, like a soft hand turning her face toward a light she hadn't realized she'd stopped looking for. For the longest time, Bree had lived inside a silence she didn't choose. It had been a year since the accident. A year since the world lost her brother, Julian. He wasn't only family. He was the one who taught her how to place her fingers on a guitar string without fear. The person who told her again and again, "Your voice is a home someone out there needs." And now, without him, every chord felt like betrayal. Every melody tasted like guilt. So Bree stopped playing. Stopped trying. Stopped listening to the parts of herself that still wanted to heal. And the city, loud and bright and relentless, somehow made her grief ring louder. But on that rooftop, she wasn't alone. Leo had been there first, headphones on, recorder in hand, capturing the sound of Jakarta's night rhythm. Traffic hum. Distant honks. The low mechanical thrum of the city breathing. He called it sound collecting, a strange little hobby he turned into music for no one but himself. He didn't notice Bree at first. Not until she absent-mindedly hummed under her breath. A note so soft it could have disappeared into the wind. But it didn't. Leo caught it. Not because it was loud, but because it was honest. Raw in a way most people couldn't hear unless they were listening for it. And Leo always listened. From that night on, their paths overlapped in small, almost accidental ways. A shared elevator ride where Bree looked exhausted, and Leo simply nodded instead of asking questions. Lunch breaks where they sat at the same table, not talking much, but not minding the silence. Evening walks from the office to the bus stop, where Leo would quietly lift his recorder and say, "The city sounds different at night." And Bree would answer only by tilting her head, as if trying to hear it too. There was no rush. No spark meant to ignite something reckless. Just two people learning how to exist comfortably in each other's orbit. And still, Leo noticed everything. He noticed the way Bree's eyes softened whenever she passed a street musician. The way her fingers reflexively tapped patterns, like chords, against her thigh. The way she paused, always, when someone mentioned loss. He didn't ask about her brother. Didn't ask why she flinched at the sight of a guitar on a store window. Didn't ask why she sometimes froze mid-laugh, as though remembering she wasn't supposed to be happy. Instead, Leo found ways to give her back the world she'd shut out. He taught her how to count the stars in the reflections on skyscraper windows, because Jakarta's sky rarely gave them the real thing. He recorded their footsteps on tiled office floors, calling it our little soundtrack. He let her choose which parts of the city they listened to. Rain against metal pipes, vendor carts rolling over pavement, a child's laughter echoing through a mall corridor. None of it was about music. All of it was about music. And Bree, slowly, cautiously, started breathing a little easier. Still, when feelings crept in, Bree pushed them away. Love felt too close to losing. Too close to replacing. Too close to letting go of Julian before she was ready. And Leo, gentle in ways the world rarely allowed men to be, understood. He didn't make grand gestures. Didn't confess anything. Didn't ask for more. He gave her time. He gave her space. He gave her the kind of quiet that didn't hurt. Until one evening he asked, softly, almost shyly, if she could meet him in the studio he rented once a week. Bree almost said no. But something in Leo's voice felt like an open door, not a pull. So she went. Inside, Leo didn't hand her a guitar. Didn't lead her to a microphone. Didn't ask her to play. He just pressed a single button. Music filled the room. Not polished. Not perfect. But warm. It started with the hum she once made on that rooftop. Layered gently with street sounds they'd recorded together. Rain over rooftops, the sigh of a night bus, the faint rustle of wind through Balai Koda trees. Then, slowly, a small guitar melody entered. Julian's melody. Or rather, the melody Bree used to sing with him. Her knees weakened. She didn't cry the way she had all year. Not the sharp collapsing grief that left her breathless. This time, The tears came softly. Not because she missed Julian, but because for the first time, she felt like someone had heard what she'd been unable to say. Leo didn't move. Didn't touch her. Didn't speak. He stood beside her like a lighthouse, steady, patient, while she let herself unravel. And when the music ended, Bree wiped her cheeks with the back of her hand. The room felt different. Lighter. Like she'd opened a window she didn't realize had been locked. She took a breath. Then another. Then looked at Leo. Her voice was barely louder than a whisper, but she knew he would hear it. Maybe. I'm ready to start again. The rooftop breeze wasn't there. The stars, real or reflected, were nowhere in sight. But somehow, Bree felt the same quiet comfort. Healing didn't announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes, it simply arrived as a person who stood still beside you long enough for your heart to exhale.